coming on October 25th. We'll have a much bigger and better ceremony on October 25th, and I hope you guys come in at the time. And we'll, inform you guys and have a good afternoon and have a good lunch. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We're here to celebrate the Memorial Day of the Korean people who are most grateful for the work we did in assisting them during the Korean War. We had almost 2 million service people in this area, with 36 being dead, and we're here to help celebrate the growth and the continuation of the Korean people and their economy.
Mr. Ladd here was a part of the group that built that bridge, and they built it in a very short time because they had to hurry, obviously, to help facilitate the transport of military and equipment and supplies to the front. Are you going to tell them about the marking of the 38th?
Well,
Are you going to talk about that, or?
I can tell them.
Okay.
Okay. The bridge, the Libby Bridge, was built in about 5 months. It started in the Christmas time in 1952. We finished it up on July the 4th in 1953, and was dedicated. Buck Maxwell Taylor was the general of the 8th Army at that time. The bridge was 1,075 feet long. It would haul tanks. It was 65 feet above the water. We had about a 13-foot tide every day in there. And when I was over in Korea last September, I wanted to go up and look at it. It's still standing. They use it, but it's in the demilitarized zone. It's so close to the front line. I was a surveyor. We'd take our levels in transit and lift us up and see all the enemy on the hills up above. Now,
Obviously, they didn't put it up on a pole, so the lines had to go on the ground. And he told me that the enemy would come and cut the lines, the communication lines, so that between different units they could not communicate. And sometimes they would cut the line, the North Koreans would come and cut the line, see who shows up, and kill them. So Mr. Tucker was always in danger when he went out to fix the communication lines. And I remember him telling me at night he would just do it by the feel of his hands. He doesn't have flashlight. If he uses a flashlight, the enemy can see him. So he would, in the dark, fix the communication line with just feeling, by his hand, and to allow communication between the different Marine Corps units that were on the front line.
In North Korea, I was in South Korean Army. I was captain in the Korean artillery. And one thing I'd like to tell you is this. South Korea survived because all of you who came to Korea and saved our country. Many, as you said, many of them died for our country. I thank you so much. Let me tell you one thing what I did during the Korean War. I was able to speak English. I was young. I'm still young.
Yes, you are.
For 2 years in South Korea, I lived in the, you might say ghetto, or there was no ghetto, but there was on the street. I was living on the street. But I was lucky to join what they call 학도병. That means student volunteer army. When the Chinese came across the Yellow River, the students in Seoul and students in Kaesong is beyond the 30th parallel, we joined because we had really no place to go. So we went to Incheon. About 600 students got on a LST, went to Busan, and we were trained for 1 week, and we went to the front line. I don't think we had a rifle at that time. We just went there. I was in the, we call 박격포. It's not big howitzer, but it's a small howitzer you carry around behind the mountain and shoot across the mountain. Mortar. I was in a mortar company. But as I said, I was able to speak English. I was lucky. I became an interpreter. I came to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And that's where the artillery school is. Even it is now. It's an artillery and missile center of the United States Army. I was there for 4 years. So many of you were at the time the truce signed. I was in America. And that's what I did. What I did is so small compared with what you have done. And I thank you for today.